If I had only felt the warmth within your touch, if I had only seen how you smile when you blush, or how you curl your lip when you concentrate enough, well, I would have known what I've been living for all along. What I've been living for. Your love is my turning page, where only the sweetest words remain. Every kiss is a cursive line, every touch is a redefining phrase. I surrender who I've been for who you are. Nothing makes me stronger than your fragile heart. If I had only felt how it feels to be yours, well, I would have known what I've been living for all along. What I've been living for. We're tethered to the story we must tell. When I saw you, shot me down, darling, how you went and swept me off my feet. It's like I'm fighting gravity, looking at you. The way you say my name sounds like a perfect symphony. Baby, let me be your harmony. It sings right in tune. You walk in a room and I lose my breath. Coming my way, counting your steps. My heart starts to beat out of my chest, harder and harder, the closer you get. Baby, I fall every time you walk in a room. The way you're floating across the floor, looking like an angel would. Yeah, it feels so good knowing you're mine. No matter where we go, heads turning this and that away. Yeah, it happens every day. Walk in a room, I lose my breath. Coming my way, counting your steps. Heart starts to beat out of my chest, harder and harder, the closer you get. Baby, walking around. I see your face anytime, any place. You walk in a room, I lose my breath, coming my way, counting your steps. Heart starts to beat out of my chest. Closer you get, baby, I fall every time you.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here to witness the union of this man, Austin Holmes, and this woman, Ashae Brower, who is clearly out of his league. Now, before we get started, you will notice that we are standing in something called a labyrinth. A labyrinth is used in many different cultures to illustrate the different journeys that our lives take. Many times we feel that we know exactly where we're going. At other times we may think we know, only to later find out that we're turning into a different path entirely. But if we pay attention, we will find that sometimes these twists and these turns will lead us exactly to where we're supposed to be in the end. In the four corners of the labyrinth, there are symbols to remind us of light, joy, peace, God, and here at the center, where we stand now, is love, which is the center of it all. Here we stand in symbolism of the life journey that the two of you have already taken, and also of where your journey will take you next. Speaking of life journeys, now is a good time for us to explain a little bit of the journey that has brought us here today. The story of Ashae and Austin begins quite some time ago, when Austin was in the Army and stationed in Colorado. At the time, he was roommates with Ashae's friend, Nikita. One day, Ashae and Nikita were talking to one another on a video call. Things were going normal when something caught Ashae's eye in the background. It was a man. The moment was very brief. She just saw a guy walk behind her, but that few precious seconds was enough to make her ask Nikita who he was. Nikita said, "Oh, that's a friend of ours. His name is Austin." Now, from there, Ashae asked more questions. What's his deal? What's he like? Is he single? He looks pretty handsome. Clearly, from this very brief moment, Ashae was very interested to learn more about the roommate. Now, I know what you may be thinking. You may be thinking, wow, is Ashae really desperate or just super thirsty? I mean, it sounds like she was on the prowl for a man, but, well, anyway. After getting Austin's name, Ashae did what anyone does in this situation. She immediately opened up Facebook and stalked him like the creep she is. She pored over all the pictures, sent him a friend request, kept on looking around for any traces of a girlfriend or some extra baggage. Seemed like the coast was clear, so she made her move. Never mind that Austin didn't live anywhere near her. That didn't matter. What mattered is that she saw Austin and she liked what she saw. And what Ashae likes, Ashae gets. They began talking to one another online for a while. They found that they had an awful lot in common. Sure, she was from the big city and he was a country boy, but they had a good time talking to each other. It was quite clear from the beginning that they both shared an immediate bond. Things went so well, in fact, that they talked to each other for about 6 months. Then came the day where they finally met in person at the romance capital of the world, the Denver International Airport. It was there in the airport where she finally saw in person the most handsome, beautiful, studly, manly man she had ever laid eyes on in her life. And standing just a few feet away from that guy was Austin. They were happy to finally see each other in person. After so much talking online, they felt they knew each other better than anyone. So, once they were together, Austin whisked her away to the most romantic place he could think of, Manitou Springs. Austin was really excited to take her to a really cool place, an outdoor arcade. However, when they got there, it was obvious that Austin had ignored one small detail. He had only been there in the summer, and now it was the winter. So the outdoor arcade was obviously closed and covered in snow. However, this seeming failure did not even faze Ashae. She was just happy to be with him. It was that day where the two of them shared their first kiss, and they've been together ever since. Since that time, the two of them have taken on many, many adventures together. They've spent far too long apart, but even in those times apart, their relationship has survived. Not only has their relationship survived, but their family has grown. They now travel the world as a family, and now with the addition of Harlow, they will never again have to worry about not finding enough dinosaur facts. Seriously, you can ask her anything about dinosaurs, and she will tell you anything about dinosaurs. As I mentioned earlier, we stand here in a labyrinth, and it's just like our lives. It's full of turns and twists. Some of them were expected, and some of them were not. But when you look at it all at once, you realize that all those twists and turns of our lives make a beautiful design. Ashae and Austin, the both of you have lived through a lot of things. You both know what marriage is, and you know that it's something that people can do right, and it's something that people can do wrong. When marriage is done right, it's a fantastic and beautiful thing. It's really, really fun, but only if the two of you prioritize. I will tell you that from this moment forward, nothing in your life is to take priority over the comfort and the well-being of the person that you're holding hands with right now. Marriage is a relationship of give and take. That being said, it's important that you never take more than you give. Because marriage, if it's done right, then you are equals and you are partners. Nobody is in charge of the other one. It's not like one is a boss and the other one has to do whatever you say. No, you are both equals. You are equal providers of love and support. Marriage is also about communication. When you feel something for the other one, you should say it. If Austin looks particularly nice, you should say it. If you're proud of Ashae, you should say it. If you notice that Austin did something thoughtful and you appreciate him, you should say it. If Ashae has gained a little bit of weight, do not say that. But for everything else, you should definitely say, I wish I could tell you that getting married will protect you from bad days, but you already know that it won't. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have good days. You'll have times of joy. You'll have times of sadness. But the good news is, from this moment on, you don't have to face these things alone. Because today, you've made the decision to always be there for one another, no matter what. You will not always think alike. In fact, you are rarely going to think the same way. But that's what makes each other so interesting. For example, Ashae, you've noticed that Austin has a habit of losing things. He is constantly losing the keys. At one point, he lost all of the keys to all of the things, and you were stuck at home. You also have noticed that when he's cooking, he seems like he is physically incapable of throwing things away in the garbage can. He just leaves the garbage out on the counter. How annoying is that? Similarly, Austin, you've noticed that Ashae has a few quirks of her own. You've noticed that she is good at an awful lot of things. However, remembering things you tell her is not one of those things. This woman is incredibly forgetful. She watches TV shows you think are stupid. She's a sore loser at video games. And when she gets dressed and you're about to go out the door, she turns around and decides to change her clothes again. This lady can try your patience sometimes, but that's okay. This is normal. You both will do things that will drive the other one totally nuts, and it's kind of beautiful in a way. For it has been said that marriage is not the union of two perfect people, but rather the joining of two imperfect people who simply refuse to give up on one another. And in the words of St. Paul, John, George, and Ringo, all you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. The two of you finding one another is a beautiful thing. And when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with someone, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible. So that being said, I will now stop making fun of you. And let's get the two of you married. Here we go. Ashae, do you take Austin to be your lawfully wedded husband? By making this commitment, you are joining in the lifelong bonds of marriage. Do you promise to honor him in love, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness and in health, to comfort him in times of difficulty, and to cleave unto him and none else for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Austin, do you take Ashae to be your lawfully wedded wife? By making this commitment, you are joining in the lifelong bonds of marriage. Do you promise to honor and respect her, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness and in health, to be sensitive to her needs and comfort her in times of difficulty, and to cleave unto her and none else for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Very well. At this point, we would like to go over to this table. Come with me. Now, you'll notice that there's a tree here. Go ahead and open up these jars. And the two of them have different soils. This one is from Washington. And this one,
Georgia.
from Georgia. And they're two hometowns. And now, as they blend these two together, they cannot be separated apart. And these two things are going to nourish this tree that symbolizes their relationship. Go ahead. At this point, we'll now exchange rings. I'm going to move right over here a little bit for pictures. Hi, how are you? Okay. You'll place the ring on her finger first. It fits. Now, with your rings in place and your vows made before one another and these witnesses here today, it is my privilege to declare that by the authority vested in me as an ordained minister, and also by the legal authority granted me by the great state of Utah, I now pronounce you, Ashae and Austin, married, legally and lawfully wedded as husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Austin and Ashae Hall!
Oh, welcome back to the tree. Okay.
Yeah. Put it all on me. Girl, put it all on me.
All right, we're making a toast. I'm going to have a little speech. For those of you who don't know, I'm Alicia. I've known Ashae for about 16 years, which doesn't seem like much when you have your sister and your best friend from 2 years of age standing next to you. But that's the best part of life, is meeting new people that become family, right? We've grown together, cried together, mourned together, walked different paths of life, but I've always stayed the closest of friends. You look at all the love and support you two have today. Everyone came from all over to travel to see you both get married. Who in the world would have thought Ashae would have ever gotten married? Must have been just as fun as her, someone just as fun as her, or someone crazy. Or someone madly in love with her. Austin, I just want to tell you thank you for showing Ashae the love she deserves, and I hope in return she showers you with the love you deserve as well. Austin, Ashae, may you live each day like your last and live each night like it's your first. Congratulations. Now, let's continue celebrating tonight. Congratulations.
All right, hello for, well, pretty much everybody. This is the first time I really met you guys. I'm Kevin. Austin's friend from Colorado. And I'm not really one for speeches much, so it's going to be pretty short. Met Austin and about 6 years ago almost, when we were stationed together out in Fort Carson. We were deployed together, roommates, and we got back and finally got to meet Ashae, who he sometimes annoyingly would not stop talking about sometimes. And I mean, trapped in a room with the guy for 9 months, it gets a little old sometimes. But got back. I pretty much lived with these guys for the rest of the time that Austin was in Colorado. Became really close friends, and really happy for you guys. Congratulations, and I know it was interesting, but on the bright side, at least you're never going to forget today. So congratulations to you both.
So, Austin, I think we've only met a couple times and hung out a couple times, but you truly are, I think, the right perfect person for my cousin. But I'm super happy that my cousin, who is way closer than a cousin to me, more like a sister, has finally found somebody that she's truly happy with. I'm very thankful for that, and I think that you guys are really great for each other. Me and Shay have quite a wild history together. We've always been very, very close, and been through a lot together, thick and thin. And now we got a little Harlow in the building. And she's a sweetheart too, and half of that is you, Austin. And I'm very glad that it is half of you. And well, they just work good together. But I just wish you the best of times together, the best adventures, and a never-ending lifelong journey. Cheers.
I'm extremely proud of the woman that you have become. You are such a beautiful mother to my granddaughter. You have more patience than anyone I've ever known. I was so worried when you were going to have your first child because you tell little kids to sit down, be quiet, do what you say, and I thought, oh Lord, I'm going to have to steal that baby when she has a baby. But she's a wonderful mom. I couldn't ask for a better mother to my granddaughter. And Austin, thank you for showing her true love and what a real man and how a real man should treat a woman. And I really, really appreciate it. You work so hard and provide so much and so well for my daughter and my granddaughter. And you're an honest man. And Tony and I are just blessed that you have joined our family, and we love you. We love you dearly. And over the last 5 years, we've really gotten to know each other, and you just fit perfectly in our wild and crazy life. Huh? You want to say something to Mom and Daddy? No? But I want to say to everybody, thank you so much for coming. It's been a crazy day. And I just wanted to make it beautiful for my daughter. And you guys all worked so hard and turned this into a magical night for her. And I just thank you. I thank you all for traveling so far. And I wish my mom was here to be a part of this. But thank you, Uncle Mark, for coming and representing for Mom. It means a lot.
Hey guys, I just want to say thank you all for coming too. This little girl right here, she was my first niece, and I got to spend a lot of time with her when she was just a little tiny, and I couldn't be more thankful. Austin, you're in for a fun ride with this one. and Shay, it looks like you got the perfect match. The day started out shaky, but look how perfect it is now. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And in a couple of years, we'll laugh and go, God, remember when you got married? And you're going to say, yep, I remember every freaking moment. So, cheers to you guys. Cheers to all of you for coming. I love you.
Austin, me and you grew up taking care of each other. Now Shay and Austin, it's y'all's turn to take care of each other. Y'all keep making each other happy, all right? I love y'all too.
Well, we just want to say thank you, everybody. It means the world to us that you came on such a special moment in our life. And through this chaotic day, but honestly, like, this is absolutely stunning. So it means the world to us. We love you guys so much. Every single one of you means a very special place in our heart. So thank you. Random thinking.
I just want to say thank you to everybody. When the day started getting rough, everybody stepped in, made sure everything got done, even though we had to do it more than once, more than twice. That's right, third time's a charm. Except for we're married, first time's a charm. All right, thank y'all, y'all.
I was a boat stuck in a bottle, but never got the chance to touch the sea. Just forgot on the shelf, no wind in the sails, going nowhere with no one but me. I was 1 in 100 billion, a burnt-out star in a galaxy. Just lost in the sky, wondering why everyone else shines out for me. But I came to life when I first kissed you. The best me has his arms around you. Can make me better than I was before. Thank God I'm yours. I was a worn out set of shoes, wandering the city streets. Another face in the crowd, head looking down, lost in the sound of a lonely melody. And empty pockets and a roulette, always landing on a lost bet. And just live for the spin, and hope for the win, go all in just to lose again. But I came to life when I first kissed you. The best me has his arms around you. Make me better than I was before. Thank God I'm yours. The worst me is just a long gone memory. You put a new heartbeat inside of me. You make me better than I was before. Thank God I'm yours. Stuck in a bottle, never got the chance to touch.
All right, everybody cheer for them.
Screen was the first time you ever scared me. God knows I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but good news, we got her to get through it. I hope you look just like your mama and love her like I do. You'll see close to perfect patience if you watch her every move. You can always run to daddy, you'll always be my baby. But look at her, baby girl, and you'll learn how to be a lady.
Everybody go,
Just
aww.
how to be a lady.
next, let's invite Ashae's dad to the dance floor.
Every dream you make come true, for all the love I found in you, I'll be forever thankful, baby. You're the one who held me up, never let me fall. You're the one who saw me through it all. You were my strength when I was weak. You were my voice when I couldn't speak. You were my eyes when I couldn't see. You saw the best there was in me, lifted me up when I couldn't reach. You gave me faith 'cause you believe I'm everything I am because you love me. You gave me wings and made me fly. You touched my hand, I could touch the sky. I lost my faith, you gave it back to me. You said no star was out of reach. You stood by me and I stood tall. I had your love, I had it all. I'm grateful for each day you gave me. Maybe I don't know that much, but I know this much is true. I was blessed because I was loved by you. You were my strength when I was weak. You were my strength. You were my voice when I couldn't speak. You were my eyes when I couldn't see. You saw the best there was in me, lifted me up when I couldn't reach. You gave me faith 'cause you believed I'm everything I am because you love me.
All right, everybody give them a hand.
Never let me down before. Don't imagine you're too familiar, and I don't see you anymore. I would not leave you in times of trouble. We never could have come this far. I took the good times, I'll take the bad times. I take you just the way you are. Don't go trying some new fashion. Don't change the color of your hair. You always
I want that red velvet, I want that sugar sweet. Don't let nobody touch it unless that somebody's me. I gotta be a man, there ain't no other way. 'Cause girl, you're hotter than a Southern California